Hello, this is Dr. Kevin Kirk, and I'm going to make a tunnel. Just like a dig in the mines kind of tunnel thing. And I want kind of an opening that's semi-round, so we'll start with a cylinder. That's right, and I don't really need the whole cylinder part of the cylinder, so I'll break down the height segments to nothing, and I'll make it into an editable polygon as soon as I can. So just right-click and do that. Once it's an editable poly, just grab one of the polys. That's all I need, so that polygon is selected. There's a few things I can do to inverse it. I can do an edit inverse, there it is, and delete, boom. So now I just have that one polygon. I'm going to follow a line, so I'm going to draw a line, and I guess I could do it here if I want to. It basically hugs the ground plane if you do it in perspective. So I will create, and it's going to be a shape and a line. And I'll kind of draw something out from here, I guess. I can either zoom it out, make it really big, or I can make that opening really small. Just depends what I want to do, but I guess I'll go ahead and click, start dragging out like this. Make a simple, very simple tunnel like that. Now I want this circle to basically extrude along that spline, and that's exactly what we will do. Literally, extrude along spline. So make sure you don't have the line selected anymore. You can hit escape to drop that. Grab your polygon that you want to extrude. Go ahead and down here just maximize it. And I'll extrude along the spline. So when this poly is selected, I'll hit the modify, have all these tools here, go to polygon, grab it. It's just one. Lots of points. That's why it's round. Awesome. And then extrude along spline. I'll grab the dialog box, because you can always do more with the dialog box here. And this one is to select the curve or spline. That's this, click, yay. So it comes out, it looks really ratty. It looks kind of like a tinted, I don't know, tinted pipe of some type, but I'll go ahead and change this by increasing the number of segments. So I'll kind of smooth it out. You want to be a little careful here. If you get too many segments, it's going to take a long time to render. Here you go. Let's go ahead and see it in wireframe. I'll bring the segments down. 1 is just a straight line. Sometimes it's actually useful. 2, 3, so forth. And as it gets higher, obviously there's more breaks in between, and it makes it smoother. Something like that'll be okay, I guess. Too many and it's too many polygons slows down rendering. We'll do this. Hit the OK once you're set with it. If you want to do some weird stuff, make it wide in the middle or something. You can do that, slenderize it out, whatever, but I'll just keep this normal for now. That's good. If you want it to twist, you can. In this case, since we don't have any differences in the opening here, if we had it kind of shaped differently, then twisting would have an effect. Right now it just won't, except it'll mess up. If you twist too sharp, you kind of break the polys. So this is good. We're set. I hit the OK. We've got a tunnel. Now, what good is our tunnel unless we can fly along it? And I do mean fly along it, so I'll create a camera, because that's the only way you can really move and see what you're doing. It'll just be a free camera, and I'll just click it. Yay. Normally when you make a camera, if you click in perspective, it's going to point you at the ground, so I'll just click somewhere else. There it is. Now here's the tricky part. I'll go into motion. It says motion. Yay. Click on that. I go to position. Oops. Boy, did I hit that wrong. Assign controller. And then position. There we go. And then into the assign controller again, even though it's here. Assign controller. And there's going to be this path constraint. Somewhere. There it is. Path constraint. That means the camera will follow the path. Hit the OK. Alright. So the camera is now going to follow the path. Let's set up somewhere else to do that. Maybe over here. And do the camera view. Awesome. So I should be following the path once we constrain it to the path. We have to choose the path though. Let's go back in and on motion, path constraint for the position, path constraint, okay. We've got to choose that, so let's go ahead and try to choose the path, add path. You could add it a couple ways. I'll just click on it, boom, so now it's on there. I'm going to go to the top over here, because if I take a look, I notice it's actually not in there. It's pretty close, but it's not exactly in there. So I can do a few different things. Hit escape if you want to drop the current selection. I'll grab the tunnel. I'm going to move that over. That's right. I'm cheating a little bit. Going to move that over so it's kind of inside of it. Now let's make sure and check my other views too. And from the left view over here, I can see that, yeah, the height is about right. It's going, it's down there. Maybe not. All right. I don't know if you can tell, my camera is right there. Now you can see it. So I want it to be pretty much toward the middle of the tunnel. Awesome. Now we got to think about what we're doing here. I've got this wonderful, awesome tunnel, and the camera's going to follow it. And see if I hit play, it follows it. So that's great. There's a few things I could do. One, I can actually follow the curve in the tunnel as it's going. Let's go back to the frame. Begins with, choose the camera, and modify it from there. Open this back up again, pull it out to make it bigger, and we can change this. One is follow path somewhere. Honestly, there's a follow path here. So there it is, clicked up right in front of me. Follow path. I might go crazy on you to begin with. That's okay, because all you have to do is change some of these over here. And it looks like I've got it, and it was just changing the axis in my case. If I hit play now, it will literally curve with it. So awesome, we're going through there. I'm going to kind of end this video now here on a few little notes. If I go into time constraint, notice right now it's at 100, just because that's where it ended. If I open up the time constraint, I set it to something bigger, like about 300 frames, take our times in the tunnels. It's going to go out to 100 and it's going to stop. And for 200 frames, it's going to do nothing, which stinks. So I'll change it. I'll grab this frame. And now that I have 300, I'll move it out toward the end. So if I play it now, it goes much more slowly. And we're walking instead of running through our tunnels. The last thing I'll leave you with is how to texture the tunnels. Oh, let's go. Sorry, this is a cheat here. If I go into the camera view, awesome. How to texture and light your tunnels. I'll do this in wireframe for various reasons, but it's going through it, which is really cool. Now if I try to have it visible and do it like this, you'll see it like so. But let's think about this. Where's the light coming from? Well, it's kind of just the ambient light of the scene. If I get rid of the ambient light, it's going to be dark in the tunnel if I texture it right. Remember, a surface only has one side, so think about that. You might select the polygons and flip the surface, or you might make the surface double-sided and add lights inside the tunnel instead of light coming from outside the tunnel, shining through one of the walls of the tunnel, which you really can't do, and lighting the tunnel that way. So think about how you're going to light this thing as you build it and as you have fun. It's really a cool technique. Have a lot of fun with it.